welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm your lovely spider host, and today, my silly little goobers, we are doing some more My Little Pony carousel characters. I'm doing some villains this time, so yeah, let's get in the video. Also, if you feel so inclined, I have a Ko-Fi where my commissions are at, so definitely commission me there. Hehe. Anyways. So to start, we're doing Nightmare Moon. Might as well start off with the first villain of season 1. I'm not doing these based seasons, I'm just doing them based on like ones that I really like because there's some cool characters that are villains. I'm only doing 3 of these per video from now on because it takes a lot of time to do these. So Nightmare Moon, I wanted to do like an armor kind of thing, like medieval armor, because she's like, obviously like she wears armor and I think that's cool. So I made sure she was fancy, she was spiffy. I had a lot of fun doing like the curved horn. I just thought that would be cool, make it like a moon shape. Even though Luna's horn normally probably wouldn't be moon shaped, I just think it'd be a cool aspect for the villain transformation that she would have that. I gave her armor. I also made like her helmet blend into like her chest armor because I thought that would be cool. And then overall, it just made it fancy. I made it spiffy. It turned out pretty dang good. I just think these end up so freaking cool in the end. So I know it's really dark at first. I know it's really dark. It does get a little better. It's hard to see the line art. I apologize. So, I wanted to do like the original kind of color scheme for Nightmare Moon where there's like the purples for like the cutie mark color and like the blues and stuff. So I did that for like the stars on her hoosies because I wanted to keep the stars from Luna on the hoosies and stuff to make it cool. I also wanted to make sure that she had the same color of armor, you know, the cool like light blue armor and make it awesome. And then I just added some of like the tea leaves and the colors in there and made it fancy and spiffy and added some constellations to her hair, and whoop-de-doo, we got her here and she's cool. I'm very proud of myself. Overall, I think she turned out super cool. I'm very happy with how she turned out, and yeah. Then we of course have Trixie. So Trixie is another one of my favorite characters because, let's all say it here, she is a trans icon. A lot of people are like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people have the headcanon that she's trans because kind of like the color scheme and stuff, and I think that's kind of cool. And I think she's a cool freaking pony, and I drew her in a new color scheme with like the light purples and then like the pinks and then the whites, because obviously we love a trans icon. I did her horn kind of going, like her head kind of going down because I thought that would be cool, because like the horn would kind of look more magical and you could see like it through like her hat, you know. So I did her little hoosies. I gave her little unicorn hoosies, like the little cloven feet. I think that's what it's called, cloven. I think it's called cloven feet. So I gave her that, and I gave her like a little bridle, her little cool freaking jacket. I made her jacket more fancy because you gotta make it more fancy if it's a carousel. You gotta make it fancy. And then she just turned out so freaking good. I was so happy with this art. It's just tasty, it is scrumptious, it is nutritious for my tum. And then I added like the stars and stuff. Obviously the stars on like the jacket, like when I sketched it, looked like poopy dookie. I obviously had to update that to match like the style of her jacket and like the key in it and stuff, so I made it actually look super cool. And then I thickened out the line art because I like thickening the outside of the line art to like define like different areas. I don't know, that just helps me a little bit when I'm working on my line art. Like there's thinner areas of my line art and then there's bigger, thicker areas of my line art. Honestly, I was in here and I was meddling with like the different color schemes for her hair and stuff. I was trying to make it look nice, and I had to get the purple in there. I wanted it to be like a light purple because I thought the light purple looked nice with like the pastels and stuff. And then I had a little dark purple for like the underside of her hat, and then there would be like a little drape on the side of her body. I did like a little darker color scheme, but it's just to differentiate the jacket in the little darker color scheme, and I think that turned out really good. There's some beads, there's some little star like motifs, there's lots of yummy stuff. And of course I made the magic on her leg, like the magic for like her wand. Instead of like blue, I felt like there was like a little too much blue, so I made it pink. Cause she's girly pop. She's a girly pop. We love her. And then I gave her little pink hoosies to match her cutie mark and add to like little pink aspects, make it nice, make it cute. And then obviously we had to do a nice pink and blue background with the white, and here she is, our icon, our trans icon. We love her. We love her in this household. And then my favorite villain, for obvious reasons, for very obvious reasons. If you've been on my channel long enough, you know I'm obsessed with bugs. So obviously, I love a chrysalis moment. This was really fun because I was just sitting here watching documentaries while I'm working on chrysalis, and it was a very soothing thing. I worked on this yesterday and she ended up so cute. I gave her some aspects of like the reformed changelings, like the little bug wings where like they have like the little covers for the wings and they're not just straight up out of the body. You know, there's like the little, it's like beetle wings where they have like the little covers on top of their wings. You know, I don't know how to explain it. And then I gave the horns, and then I gave the little ears because I thought that would be cool. And more bug-like. Immediately more bug-like. I gave her horns, and I don't know, I just thought the horns looked cool, like the little beetles and stuff. And then I gave her little hosies, and I also made her look like she has like an exoskeleton. So she has like different little things separating her parts, and she ended up looking really cool. I had to change her hair color later on, but she still ended up super cool. And I love shading. Shading is so much fun. I love just rendering. Rendering is like the fun part of my art. I love sketching. I love the whole process of making art. I know there's like some parts where it's like, why art not art? And it just takes time to figure out why the art isn't arting, and you gotta just get it there, you know? So, it just takes a little bit to make the art. Never give up on your dreams, kids. Work on your art. Develop your art style. Make it cool. Then your art will art. It takes a lot of practice to get there, so yeah. But there's Chrysalis, our queen, our icon. I took away her crown. I don't like her crown. But I think she's cool. There's Nightmare Moon, shooby-doo-boo. There's a Trixie Lullamoon, boo-ba-doo-boo. And then, I didn't put Queen Chrysalis because I just put like the basic names of them. I don't know, I'm with me. But Chrysalis, our queen. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you want to see more, there's more coming eventually this year. I'm just working on everything as I go. So thank you so much for liking my content and supporting it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!